Hi, everybody. I'm Jeannie with Makers Unified. Thank you so much for joining me tonight for our Makers Meetup. Today's project is I'm working on a travel journal. I just returned from a 2-week trip to Ireland, so I wanted to make a journal where I could put in all sorts of little receipts and pictures and notes about our trip. And so I am going to start on that tonight. And what I'm going to do is I have to make the whole thing, like the cover and all that. I thought I had an old book that I can use, but I don't. So I'm going to take apart this box that we no longer use and start my journal that way. So I have to determine what size I want, and I think the best size is going to be this is 8.5 by 11 paper. So I'm just going to fold it in half. And so it's going to be a little bit, maybe a half an inch on each side. That's the size of the cover. So I'm going to, hi Kenzie. I'm going to figure out the size that I will need, and I will start cutting the box apart. So I'll let you see what I'm doing. So this is maybe some paper that I'm going to use in it. I haven't really decided yet. I have a bunch of different things. We went to the Butter Museum, so I have this. I know I want to put in there for sure. These are the stamps or samples of the stamps that they may have used on the butter paper. And so this is going to be, this is 8.5. So I want to add, is that 8.5? It should be, because it's 8.5 by 11 paper. But actually, it looks like it's longer. It's kind of weird. Let's see. I don't start at the 1. I start there. 8. Yeah, that's 8.5. Okay. I'm just not looking at the right lines. So it's going to have to be 9.5, because I want a half an inch, I think would be good on each side to give me some room. So it's going to be, need to be 9.5 by, I only need a half an inch on this side. So 9.5 by, this is 5.5. See, that's not even, let's see. It's not even 5. It's a little, so that's 5.5. I think I'll do to there. I am so bad with my math as far as the all the notches on the ruler. I should take a class on it. So this is 5.5. I'm just going to go to there for that. And then this is going to be 9.5. So, oh no, yes, because I need a half an inch on each side. Yes. So, okay. I got it. So the first thing I need to do is check the size of this box, and maybe I'll luck out and it'll be 9.5. Oof, it's 9. It's not going to be long enough. That would have been nice. But, so 9.5, and I'm going to need 2 sides. So, that's going to be the length. Sorry, you got to bear with me with my my math skills here. So 9.5. All right, so let me just cut this out. Hopefully I can do it somewhat straight. Because I don't really... Yeah, let's see. I'm just going to start cutting. And hope I do it straight. And don't cut my table. I have this mat. It's just not very long. I don't want to get out my other mat, because that just takes up the whole desk. So the purpose of me cutting this box is so that I can create a cover for the journal. And I thought I had a sample here, but I don't. And then I could use the sides of these, which are very heavy, which is what I'm looking for the binding. So that went through. So I'm just cutting this out. If it doesn't stop moving. Get a little nervous with these box knives or box cutters. They can be a little dangerous. So I'm trying to cut away from me. I don't cut myself. I was hoping I could have everything kind of prepped, and maybe even the cover made, but that didn't happen. And I figured, well, hopefully you're doing some type of craft and while you hang out with me, so you don't necessarily just have to watch what I'm doing. You can work on your project. So this box is really thick, which is nice, but it's just can get tough to cut. So I have to measure this, but I might be able to use this as the spine. So this will have to be, and I should write down what size I said I wanted. So this is going to be 5 and whatever a half is with 2 notches. A half and 2 notches, whatever that is. And then by 9 tall. 9.5. Okay. So this has to be 9.5. And it's short, so I won't be able to use this. I'll have to use the long ends of the box here. So I think I got that one pretty much cut through. I got that one. Now, I have to think about that. This cover is coming off. I really only need the cardboard. I don't really need the white cover that's on this. So as you can see, this is coming off. But I just need the cardboard, so that'll be fine. Oh, I don't remember what I was cutting. Oh well. Doesn't matter. All sides need to be cut. Okay. Most of our time together is going to be me cutting a box. How exciting. Right. Okay. So this will definitely be long enough for the spine. I don't necessarily need it this thick. So here I'm just going to take this cover off. I don't need that. I just need the thickness of this. And this has to be, the spine needs to be as long as the book or the cover. So that's going to be 9.5. So I need to make a couple of markings on that and line those up so I can cut that down to size. Looks a little crooked. I'm just going to use the end of the ruler to let's see. I don't know why it doesn't line up. It should. But I think that's good. And I will cut that at 9.5. That'll give a 1/2 inch on the top and the bottom. See, that's really thick cardboard. But we want it thick again because it needs to support the pages in the book. All right. So this is going to definitely be too thick for the book. So I'm going to have to cut this maybe in half. So what do we got here? We have 2 3/4 or something like that. 2/3. I think an inch will be fine. 1.5 would be too big. I think an inch spine will be good. I could always go bigger. I think an inch will be fine. Because it's not jam-packed. It's going to be jam-packed with stuff, I don't think. I could be wrong. So let's just make it an inch. And I don't know how many signatures I'm going to put in it. You know what? I need to get a one that I've already done. And see how thick that one is. This might have been an actual book, actually. I don't remember. But I'm going to see. Yeah, that's an inch. That should be fine. And this has 2 signatures in it. So I'll just do 2 signatures. Which signature is each section. But then I have to figure out how many pages are in each signature. But it looks like that is an inch. So yeah, that should be fine. Okay. All right. If you're just joining me, I am creating a junk journal for I just got back from Ireland, 2-week trip to Ireland, and I wanted to create a junk journal, travel journal. So right now I am creating the book part of it, the outside part of it. And so I'm just using some cardboard from an old box that a computer came in because you need something sturdy. And so that's what I'm working on right now. I am going to cut this. This is going to be the spine of the book. So just want to line it up and cut that. And I'm just going to feel like it's going to be off. Just going to line it up as best as I can and use my handy dandy wood cutter, box cutter, and just slide it along my ruler to hopefully get the straightest line I can get. Just kind of cut it until it gets loose. There we go. There we go. That's 1 inch. This is probably going to be 1 1/4, 1 3/4, 2/3, something like that. All right, so I got the spine. I'm getting there. All right, so now this part, I can leave this in if it stays. If it doesn't, it doesn't. So now I think the length of this is not going to be long enough because I need it to be 9.5 because the paper is 8.5. I wanted a 1/2 inch on each side, but it'd be kind of nice if I didn't have to do that. You know what? I'm not gonna. I think it should be fine. I'm not gonna I'm not going to worry about cutting it this way just to have, so anyway, so I still need this to be at that mark. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to cut this in 2 pieces. So this is my mark here. And I'm just going to mark my cardboard and cut this to size. So this whole process takes to make a junk journal from start to finish. Does take some time. I do like to use old books, which make it a little bit easier. But I did not have an old book to use this time. So I am making my own. So I'm just going to hold my ruler again to here tightly and just gently, not gently, but slowly score it with my box cutter. I got a nice one. It's called Doyle. And I pretty much just use it for crafting with things like this. It's a nice, it's easy to change the blade. Although I forget every time how to change it because I don't change it that often. So then when I do have to change it, I'm like, oh, how do I change it again? And then I do it, and it's like, oh, that was easy. Okay, so this is a little bit, well, I kind of went from that edge, so that's fine. So now I'm going to do the same thing with this side. And measure this and cut this. So what's everybody up to? Anything fun happening tonight? What crafts are you working on? What projects you working on? Let me know in the comments. If you have any questions about what I'm doing, throw them in the comments, and I'd be happy to answer. All right. So again, I will just line this up and cut it with my handy dandy box cutter. I mean, it's got to be as straight as you can make it. I'm not going to, fret too much because it's a junk journal. So if it's not perfect, it's perfectly acceptable. Actually, I could probably use this for my spine because, oops, let me get this better. Because I'm going to have to cut it down now, but this is the exact size I need. And it looks like it's an inch. All right, there we go. That worked out perfectly. So I think what I'll do is I'm going to put do I want to put the white on the outside or the inside? Because it's going to be covered, and I can cover everything, but if I don't want to, I don't have to cover the inside. So you're sitting on your chair. That's what you're doing right now? You're so smart. Smarty pants. And then I need the signatures, so I can go ahead and it's like every time I do this, I forget what I got to do. Because that one's in a book. This one I'm going to have to tape. And then cover. So let me look and see. I got 3 spots here. So let me put my So this is 1 inch. Half is here. We got to figure out where we want to put the holes for the signatures. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that enough? 6, 7. I think we'll do that. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good God, these lines are so tiny I can't read them. Maybe I'll do this instead. We'll do 2 to 3. That's a little bit bigger. Then it's bigger than an inch. Yeah, that's okay. Just so long as I line these up correctly. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we can go. It's going to be off a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll do it right there. That should be good. So this is going to hold the signatures. And then, so this is 4. We'll go 4. So 4.5. 4.5 is 9, but it's a little bit shorter than that by 1, 2, 3. So we'll go 1, 2. We'll go about here. We're going to say there is the middle. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So 5. I know this is the boring part. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nobody told you there was math. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And then just another one down here. I'm going to put an arrow here so I know this is my top. That's what I was told to do. And I'm going to pull this up a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So those will be where I put my holes. And I have this little doohickey that I use to put the holes in. Just press it down, do a little twirly twirly. Put that hole in there. That one doesn't want to go through. Let me just squeeze it harder because I don't really want to. There we go. Gotta wait for that click. Come on. There we go. Oh, did that one on the first try. What do you know about that? All right, put that away. So this is the spine. And I think I can get rid of this pad right now. Get it out of my way. All right, so now I have the spine and both sides, and again, it doesn't really matter it's not going to matter for the what side I have the cardboard on, because it's just going to get covered anyway. So what I have to do now is hopefully I have enough tape. I have to tape. I hope I'm doing this right, because it's been a while. But I have to tape this down. Tape these together. So and I'll probably end up covering the holes, but that's okay. I can re-hole them. And I'm going to leave a little gap. So that it can open and close. So I am going to go over the holes. Hang on, I already messed up. I think I'm going to go over the holes first so I can try and line it up somewhat straight. Okay, and then I'm going to flip it over and line this up a little like that. Should give it enough room. Just eyeballing it. Just want to make sure that this can open. And the excess I'm just going to cut off. Why is my phone ringing? All right. Make sure that's up a bit. Okay, so I got that side done. Now let me do this side. I'm going to mark this so I know which way is up. All right, again, I will cover the holes just so that I can get good surface. That is up. That is up. Wait, that can't be up. Did I mess it up? Doesn't matter. Okay. Let's see. I know what I'm doing. I got it figured out. All right. I do like this edge on the outside though. So I'm going to keep that consistent on both sides. And in all honesty, this is a little bit smaller than these, but it should be all right. The binding's a little bit smaller than this, which I don't know why, because it's cut from the same thing. I guess I cut crooked. That doesn't surprise me. All right, that'll be fine. So just place all that in there really good. And let's see if we got, yep, see that's too tight. It's not going to close all the way. So I didn't take it far enough apart. And hopefully I won't rip too much of this. So we got to do this again. I shouldn't have pushed it down so hard so that I could remove it. Let's see. I might end up putting a couple pieces of tape down just to make sure it stays. All right, so let's go with that far apart. That should be good. And then let me remove this. Alrighty, there we go. And again, we'll line this one up. Try and do it the same width as that one. Ooh, Huggy Buggy. Where the heck did you come from? Luckily, it didn't fall on my head. All right. What did I do? That should be fine, I think. So that should be good. And then I'm going to think about, so that's good because then that'll be enough room to close it properly. But I have to think about reinforcing this so that so what I'm going to do is put some tape on the inside as well. Actually, I'm going to put it across this whole piece here. And then I will re-find my holes. I think this will cover both sides pretty well. Let me see. Look on the side a little bit. It's off a little bit, but I can put another piece on there. little bit of problems with the duct tape. All right. So it'll help reinforce that side. And this will help reinforce this side. Again, this is all going to get covered on the inside and the outside, probably with paper. I haven't printed them off yet. I'm going to use Graphic Fairies. I'm going to go on their website and see what they have for Irish themed papers and use some of that. I could probably use a fabric for the top. Did we determine? I think we said the white is going to be on the inside, yeah. So, all right, so I do have this handy dandy tool here that I could just, this will help stick both sides of the tape together, create a seam. All right, there we go. So that's it for the cover. Now what I need to do now is I poke my holes back through just so I know where they are, and I will have to get my signatures together because they will have to be I'll need to take the string, you find the center of your signature and you string it through to the binding. So I don't want to cover anything until after that's done so that you can cover that up, if that makes sense. So let me re-poke the holes here just so I know where they are through that duct tape, so that when I do put the string through, everything is good. These I'm going to have to do with a different tool because I obviously can't reach. So just want to make sure that I can see my holes. Oops, I didn't do anything. I don't think. Okay. So I have this handy tool. That will help me poke the middle holes since I can't reach it with that other tool. Okay. So now I need to figure out my signatures. So I'm going to be printing off a bunch of papers. And like I have these are coffee stained papers that I had before. So I have a bunch of these. I want to determine how many pages I need. This is like an outer page, so I got to figure, do I want an outer page or just the inner pages? I'll just do inner pages. So these are folded in half, obviously. So let me count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, so I have 12 pieces of paper for each signature. So I don't know. Like I said, I have a bunch of these, but I'm gonna print off some other stuff too. So I might be ending this. I'm gonna end the live now because it's just gonna take me a minute to figure out what I want to print off and all that jazz. So you'll have to come back. I will have the full video when I'm done. I'll edit things out, whatever. But you can come back and see how I finished the travel journal. But like I said, I'm going to put a whole bunch of different things in it that I collected on my travels, and so I'm going to go from there. So I will say goodnight for now. So come back. Maybe I'll have it done for Saturday. I'm not sure. But stay posted to social media, and I'll let you know when the video is out and you can see the final results of the travel journal. So thanks so much for stopping by tonight, and have a good evening. Bye.